This year I've got the privilege to tell you about the product portfolio of ChemAxon. And I'm going to start straight into it, but would like to tell you first that my presentation today will be divided into two major sections. The first section will be about the vision, how we see the near future of ChemAxon, where we are heading with all the new technologies, and also how we see the near future of the industry, of the cheminformatics field. But before that, before the vision, I'd like to tell you a story about how we innovate at ChemAxon. If you already had the chance to share a project with us or be involved in a joint integration project, a workflow integration maybe, then you probably well know that we very often ask the question, why? Why do we do that? Here are a few selected feedback from you, our clients. The first one says, I'd like to draw a synthesis scheme. So then we go, why? What is your purpose? When optimizing a lead, I am testing my ideas by trial and error. Why? What would you like to achieve? And the third one, I would like to go with ChemAxon. Are you compatible with my favorite ELN? Why? What is your workflow? So why are we asking these questions over and over again? Well, it all boils down to a very simple scheme, a very simple observation that in the very core of every innovation, there are these why questions. There is the need to understand what's beyond, what is driving that innovation, and what is driving that need for that particular feature. And you'd like to very well understand what are your motives and what are your beliefs in this industry so that we can better serve you. And with these few opening thoughts, I would like to now proceed towards our vision, how we see the close future of our technologies. No boundaries in chemistry drawing. Because we understand that there's a lot beyond simply drawing chemistry and correctly drawing chemistry. Many of you would like to create vivid figures with chemistry content. And for that, we are continuously enhancing your drawing experience. And would like to allow you to insert images, geometric shapes or custom errors into your canvas to create more vivid figures with chemistry content. Also, we would like to allow you to create even more complex multi-step synthesis schemes because we understand that there is a need for that. And also, by even more seamlessly integrating a structure checker, we'd like to make sure that content on the canvas is always chemically correct. If you would like to know more, then please stay tuned for the next talk coming up, delivered by Effie Hoffman, who is the product owner of our chemistry drawing tools. Fast thinking requires fast responses. We understand that the creative mind storms ideas at a very high pace, hence the word brainstorming. And getting an immediate feedback on all those thoughts is very important so that we can move forward and we can evolve our ideas in the right direction. So we are chasing new challenges with our search technologies to improve them for speed and for the relevance as they deliver the results to you. And not only for speed, but we are also experimenting with new technologies. One of these new technologies is a graph database, a cartridge for graph databases. So what are these graph databases anyway? They have been around for a while, but they have gained popularity only in recent years because of their unique way of storing data. In graph databases, every piece of information is stored by its connection, by its relationship to other pieces already in the database. And this kind of representation opens up new possibilities to search and to learn about your data. New possibilities which would otherwise remain hidden in the classical relational data model. And not only new technologies, with our well-known and with our established technologies, we are also creating new functions and entering new directions. And that is to be able to search really large data sets. And when I mention really large data sets, we are really talking about hundreds of millions of structures, even billions of structures. And we understand that for that, we need something new, something that we call distributed search. And also from you, our clients, we understand that there's probably no chemistry big data, but we believe that there is a thin layer of chemical content in big data, and we are also interested in exploring that. How could we search that? How could we extract it? So if you share the same interests or you would like to know more about these new technologies, then please have a chat with András Wolford, the product owner of our JChem Family Search Technologies, or just and also listen to his talk tomorrow, in the afternoon, sorry. Ideas and inspiration come anytime, anywhere. Hitting you over lunch or in the bathroom while taking shower. It's important that you capture these ideas as they come. Otherwise, they might just slip away and never turn back, and then you lose a good idea or an idea. And if it's over lunch, then you probably need the back of a napkin. In the shower, you might need a waterproof laptop or a tablet. Well, we cannot really help you with that. But what we can help you with is to provide you with high availability services, which in other situations give you the opportunity to capture those ideas. And if you think about these high availability services, they are all around us. They are part of our personal life. Just think about how your emailing habits or how you interact with your social network. And if it's so much into our personal life, why couldn't it be part of our work as well, our professional life as well? And so we are imagining an environment where you would be able to capture all your hypotheses, observations, and based on those observations, you can create new ideas, and those ideas can be tested against your screening methods. You can collect analytical and biological data as well. All this can be captured in one place where you can then evaluate and analyze that data and come up with new ideas to continue with your discovery workflow. And we also acknowledge that many of the pieces required for a system like that is already on the table provided by ChemAxon. But we also understand that some pieces might be missing. And instead of rushing to provide those pieces, we would like to provide you with an environment which gives you a hosting place for all these components to be combined, maybe even from other vendors. And this system is ChemAxon Synergy, which is a cloud platform for application integration. And it intends to give you, it encourages a multi-vendor system, a best-of-breed system, so you can cherry-pick those components that you find the most useful and that you find best suited for your application. And in combination with our consultancy service, for example, you don't have to worry about the bits and pieces, the integration parts, and all the configuration anymore. We can do that for you. So if these cloud applications sound interesting to you, or you would like to know more about ChemAxon Synergy, then Csaba Perc is your person. He's the product owner of these technologies. Information should enable and not overwhelm. As scientists, we all know that the available knowledge out there is ever growing, and it's increasing at so high speed that for a single person, it's very often hard, if not impossible, to keep track of all that data and all that knowledge. Just imagine a simple situation that you have a question, a chemistry question, and you have to look up in all these places the answer to that question. And these are just a few examples I collected. Some of them are publicly available, others are subscription-based. But all of them have a slightly different user interface and a slightly different data structure, and probably and also a different content. So to answer that question, it's tedious to learn all these data sources and work with all these data sources. Plus, you can add to the equation also your corporate database. So it's definitely not so pleasant to look in all these places and try to join, to combine the results after. So what if it would be possible to search an arbitrary volume of data using a single user interface? And this is actually not just a promise anymore. We have a working project called Haystack, which delivers exactly this. And we are very eager to show you this. If you would like to know more and you think that you have a similar problem, then please find Ivan Scholt during one of the breaks. But he will also have a talk about Haystack tomorrow. So these were the technologies, or these are the technologies that we see as the upcoming future for ChemAxon, or the upcoming directions for ChemAxon. And now I would like to continue with your well-deserved product portfolio for 2019. I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, are very well familiar with this depiction of the drug discovery cycle, which consists of 4 steps, 4 major stages: design, make, test, and analyze. And for each of these stages, we have some functionality to offer to assist you along your discovery. We provide you structure sketchers, a live drug design platform, as well as fast property calculators, property predictors to assist you in drug design. For the make phase, when you have your physical entities, your physical structures, we give you or provide you compound registration, also for small and large molecules, as well as a compliance checker service to make sure that you comply with controlled substance legislation. In the analysis phase, it's very in the test phase, it's very important to capture your data in a standardized and in a consistent way. Make sure that all your assay analytical data is secure and ready for evaluation, ready for further processing. For this, we offer a compound and assay data management solution, which is a workflow solution. I will talk about this a bit later. And of course, using our search technologies, it's possible to explore, to dig up this data set. And finally, for the analysis phase, reporting and visualization are important tools to create your new observations, to create your next iteration of the drug discovery cycle. The products today will be divided into 5 major categories. We'll talk about structure search, drug design and discovery, chemistry and documents, Marcus technologies, and finally online education, which is a new field for ChemAxon. When it comes to structure search and chemical search in general, ChemAxon has a history. About 20 years ago, we started to develop JChem base, which today became an industry standard in chemical search. It has a very strong chemistry background and one of the best chemistry feature coverage out there. And even though it's still very popular, we never stopped developing it. We never stopped evolving it to something new, to something better. And we came up with a 2nd generation search engine, which not just makes chemical search even faster, but it also gives you the ability to see your results, to see your hits in a relevant sorted order. So the most important comes first. And this 2nd generation engine is the core of our cartridge technologies, the JChem Postgres cartridge, as well as the new product, the Coral Oracle cartridge, which is the popular Oracle cartridge with the new 2nd generation engine. But we have other improvements as well. We released the JChem microservices, which is to some extent the successor of the older JChem web services, and it is a scalable modular webcam informatics application for the cloud. You will have the chance to get your hands dirty with some programming and with some testing of these backend tools during one of the workshop sessions, so just stay tuned, and if you are interested, then please participate actively. When a simple chemical hashed fingerprint is not sufficient, or the Tanimoto similarity is not good enough, then we offer you exploratory search with MATFAST similarity search engine. With MedFast, you not just get an ultra-fast search speed, which is 80 milliseconds on a 60 million database, or only 5 seconds on a 1 billion compound set. So not just these fast response times is why MedFast is interesting, but also because with MedFast you can combine any molecular descriptors, even your own custom descriptor, with a wide range of similarity metrics. If this sounds interesting, or you would like to know more about the capabilities and how the very flexible user interface of MedFast can be combined to fit your needs, then please find Gábor Imre, who is the product owner of the MedFast technologies. The next major product division is drug design and discovery. Drug design, or capturing your idea, starts usually with drawing it, even on either on a piece of paper or on the computer. For this, we offer two software, Marvin Sketch for publication quality drawing on your desktop, and Marvin.js, which is a lightweight web component with a very similar feature set as Marvin Sketch. Both of these have been designed with small molecules in mind. So they work very well, and they work best for several hundred, maybe 1,000 atoms. So what's beyond? What can you do with larger molecules? This leads us to the world of macromolecules. Just a little bit about the terminology, what we mean by macromolecules at ChemAxon. Macromolecules are biological polymer structures made up of well-defined monomers, most importantly amino acids and nucleotides, and they build up large structures like nucleic acids or peptides, or even molecules as big as a protein or a protein complex. And for this, you need a different type of representation, which is more based on the monomers, the different well-defined components, residues that build up these large molecules, rather than the atom-based representation itself. But it's not the sheer size of these molecules that makes this different type of representation so important. Just think about this molecule, cyclosporine. It's a relatively small one, but its complexity is quite visible. Because it is a circular peptide, and as you can see, it's very difficult to depict the different monomers, the different pieces, how they connect, where does one start, where does one end, and where does the next one start. So imagine that you have to modify some of the residues of this molecule. How would you then compare the original version with the modified version? It's not very easy. And what we propose is a different type of representation based on the monomer structure, based on the sequence. And with this, you can clearly see how the pieces are connected together. And this drives us or guides us to our macromolecule editing portfolio with BioEddy in focus, which comes with its own built-in monomer library. But this library can be extended and completely changed, replaced by your own monomer library to fit your needs and fit your workflow. And this is not the only piece. We are also working on an agnostic registration system, which is meant to seamlessly and smartly decide in submission time how a certain molecule should be treated. With a perception engine in its core, it will be able to decide whether a certain molecule should be stored as a small molecule with atom-based representation, or as a large molecule with its monomer-based representation. If you would like to know more about these technologies, then please talk to Roland Nispa, who is the product owner of our macromolecule portfolio. And he will also have, and also Mark Somogyi, they will also have a talk coming up about macromolecule editing. For molecule design, we offer Marvin Live, which is a live drug design tool. What does it mean, live? It means that as you draw, as you create your ideas, and as you change your molecules towards a certain goal, you get immediate feedback. Because if you remember, fast thinking requires fast responses. And this is allowed by our very fast search technologies. so that as you create your molecule, you get back feedback from your database, or combined with our physicochemical predictors, you get back calculated properties as well to drive you on your design path. And we also offer Plexus Design to help you with creating diversity. Once you have an idea to expand it to a compound series, then you may use our scaffold or reaction-based enumeration tools on the web. If you would like to know more about Marvin Live and how it is improving, because it is currently under great improvements, it is always under great improvements, then don't forget to find András Stratz, who is the product owner, and ask him about how is Marvin Live 2 going to look like. The next important group of products is compound and are used for compound and assay data handling. And we created recently an entire workflow solution or a solution for this problem, compound and assay data handling. And this solution contains 3 components, basically: compound registration for standardized storage of your molecules, of your small molecules, and also ChemAxon assay for a standardized and comprehensive way of storing and managing your assay and analytical data. And coupled with our visualization and reporting tool, Plexus Connect, with the new charts add-on, you are able to create nice figures, interactive figures, as well as structure-activity relationship tables and matrices. We will have a workshop about these tools, as well as a presentation to showcase its capabilities tomorrow, delivered by Lenka Kardova, Csaba Pelc, and Ronan Downey. So please stay tuned for that. Next, when it comes to documents, we can imagine 2 usages, 2 approaches to deal with chemistry and documents. One is, you may have the documents containing the chemistry, and you would like to find a particular structure by its name in a document. So how would you do that? How would you scan a body of documents, PDFs, Word documents? Some of them are maybe analytical reports, others might be patents or peer-reviewed papers. How would you find a particular structure? We have a solution for that, and that is ChemLocator, which is able to extract chemical content, chemical structures, and chemical names, even structures as images, from all these document sources. And from this unstructured data source, it can create a structured and searchable chemical database. And in combination with Elasticsearch, free text search, and an ontology-based search provided by SciByte, it can create a quite complex workflow. If you would like to know more, or you have faced this problem ever to find a particular structure in a written document, then please locate József, Dávid, and share your experiences and your expectations regarding ChemLocator. For inserting chemistry into documents to create chemically rich content, then JChem for Office may come useful. JChem for Office is our Microsoft Office add-on, which allows you to create chemistry in Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and Outlook. And because we acknowledge that also Microsoft is moving towards the cloud, creating Office Online for those clients who are interested or who are also moving to this environment, we are also developing JChem for Office Online to allow rich chemistry content in the cloud version of Microsoft Office applications. And alongside, we are also working on JChem for Office Lite, because we understand that many of you have the problem of using different vendors, different chemical drawers, and then pasting that into documents. And then once you send the document over to a colleague who maybe doesn't have that chemical editor, they have problem of seeing the chemical structure or editing the chemical structure. So for this, we are developing this little invisible software, the JChem for Office Lite, to be able to quickly and efficiently convert and copy-paste chemical structures from any major vendor's editor, and then open the document again and edit the structure with the most suitable available editor. If you'd like to hear more, then Ákos Pap can tell you more details about how to insert chemistry into documents. We have two more product categories to go. Marcus Structures is the first one, or Marcus Technologies is the first one. So what are Marcus Structures? They are chemical structures to describe a chemical space or closely related chemical structures by defining a scaffold and defining a definition, a description of the chemical space, the boundaries of the chemical space. And these Marcus structures are used in many places, but probably most importantly in chemistry patents, as well as in legal documents. For patents, we offer ChemCurator for the deep analysis and annotation of these chemistry patents. And also, with the help of ChemCurator, you may semi-manually recreate the Marcus claim into a proper Marcus structure. And once you have the Marcus structure, again with the help of ChemCurator, you can load your own compound set of interest and test it against that particular Marcus structure, see whether any of your structures are covered by the claim. Coming to the legal environment, we offer compliance checker to help you or assist you complying with the fast-changing legal environment and fast-changing legislation of controlled substances. Compliance checker basically creates reports whether a certain compound is controlled in a particular country or not. There will be an application study with more details tomorrow. The last major group is online education. Within this field, we would like to help our content publishers to create even more interactive content by providing a quiz framework for chemistry quizzes and chemistry content. And this quiz framework is called Zosimos, which may be also useful for chemistry teachers or actually students who can create their own study sets to learn together. And with the intention to make chemistry learning more fun and more interactive. If you'd like to know more about Zosimos, first of all, we will have an excellent workshop today, and also you can talk to Erika Biro, who is the product owner. With this last product, I'd like to sum up of what you heard. So at ChemAxon, innovation never stops, and we always seek new and new challenges to improve our tools. We are continuously improving our search, for example, as I said, not only by improving their speed or how they deliver results, but also by tinkering, by experimenting with new technologies. And we are also improving our intuitive cloud applications for drug discovery, because we believe that cloud is clearly the future where the tendencies are going, while we are also maintaining our popular desktop applications, of course. And relying on our flexible consultancy service, you can make sure that you don't have to customize or configure any of our components. But even more, you can even rely on our consultancy service to create your own integrated workflow, even with third-party components. So, as some closing remarks, just a few last thoughts. You may have noticed that this year's UGM theme is superheroes. You can see those decorative figures, graphical elements all over the place on the badges and everywhere. So while I was preparing for this presentation today, someone came to me and asked what are the superpowers of ChemAxon. And first I thought it's a joke, but then I started thinking, yeah, what are the superpowers? What are our superpowers? And the first thing that came in my mind is that it's chemistry. We know chemistry very well. We are very strong in chemistry. and we serve with this our clients. But then I realized that it's not only that, we are also very highly integrable. We provide our API, open APIs, as well as our documentation to our partners, to our value-added resellers, so that we can work together, join our forces to create even better software. So that's also our strong side. And then I came across a list of user feedback from you, our clients, and some of those I showed you in the beginning. And then I realized that what really makes ChemAxon strong is the feedback from you, what we get back from you, because this drives our innovations, and this allows us to create better software year by year. So I believe that it's you are our superpowers. And with that, I would like to thank you, and I wish you an interesting and hopefully very useful UGM for the coming 1.5 days.